So Chad Wright recently went on the Joe Rogan podcast. We reacted to a couple clips. Navy SEAL, loved his dude's heart, loved his dude's channel, love everything he's talking about. And man, he, I think, did a phenomenal, stellar job. Wes Huff came up. R.C. Sproul came up. Martin Luther came up. Shout out to the Protestants. The Protestants.
Yeah.
And I really like this guy, man. So this is him kind of reflecting on the appearance on Joe Rogan. So let's take a listen.
Him and his team made sure that we had everything that we needed while we were there.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely respectful. Joe even drove his Land Cruiser to the studio that day because he knew I liked Land Cruisers.
Come on.
So I could check out his rig. Whatever opinions you have about this guy, I want to tell you, the time I spent with him, he was an out.
I just like the record to show this is definitely a like Zach Avatar hero aesthetic here.
Yeah, I was like, first of all, he got a ginger beard, way more full and way longer. He's already winning on that side of things. Sitting in a truck with acres behind him.
Yeah.
And you know what? I could adopt an accent.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you think if you grew your beard that long, like you just let it go for like a year, do you think it would cover up your patchy parts?
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
No. You can't do the comb over thing with the beard like old dudes do with
I
their
think
hair?
you could if it's right here, but I just have like this like just non-existent. I need a hair situation right here.
Okay.
And it minoxidil right on my chin.
Hey man, it's a derma rollers too. You did the derma roller.
I did the derma roller and then I got the worst acne in my life. I don't think they were related, by the way,
Yeah, okay.
but I stopped and I got spooked.
Okay.
Ending human being. And not to mention not all the hospitality, but above and beyond that, do y'all understand what he allowed me to do?
Hold on, real quick. Before we get into what he allowed you to do, which is phenomenal, I've heard incredible things about Rogan's hospitality. I've heard incredible things about his team. I've heard incredible things about just him as a person. He talks about how he embraced him, gave him a hug. Like I hear really good things about their operation over there, and so it's cool to hear it from multiple people. You know, I know Zuby, I know Wes, I know a lot of people. It's awesome. Go ahead.
Me to come on the thing that he has built, that he's spent decades building, this podcast, and he allowed me to share my experience, my testimony, and this faith that I have, even though we don't have that in common, him and I, not yet anyways. But
little insight?
Little hot take maybe?
Little insight on where Rogan may or may not be?
True. It might be. Also might be a theological thing, you know how certain people are.
Oh, because he's more Reformed, Calvinistic leaning.
Yeah, and he might have like a very intense, like, no, these are the markers that show that you're here. Whereas,
an old ecumenical land of Ruslan.
We could speculate that possibly, maybe,
Mr. Mere Christianity over here.
He allowed that to happen without interruption. There were plenty of times that he could have made me look like a fool. Because let me tell you, he's far smarter than I am. That's saying a lot about him. I'm going to go ahead and tell you.
I mean, that's a great point as well. I think the idea that, like, you're talking to somebody that's talked to so many experts or pseudo experts even in different fields, and he has
non-experts presenting themselves as experts.
That's why I said pseudo experts. Chris Chopp and Billy Carson.
And the Bible was written from the information that came from tablets. So that's as far back as anybody's quote unquote knowledge seems to extend.
He hears so many different perspectives, and to just kind of let a regular guy talk. I'm sure he's a smart guy as well, and he knows his stuff. But at the same time, it's like there could be a rebuttal if you're coming from a hostile perspective for almost anything that could be said.
Yeah.
And so it was really, I see what he's saying. It's like, it was very respectful that I was able to just talk, and even parts where maybe I misspoke or was contradicting myself in certain areas, he didn't like point it out and like flame me. And like, I think that's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Yeah.
Other thing people are saying is, boy, Chad, you're bold. You have no fear to go on here and share what you shared on this big show here. But let me tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I was very afraid. So all of y'all think that I ain't got no fear, that I'm bold and all this stuff. I was very afraid. I was a daggone nervous wreck. I don't usually get that way. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I wasn't ready to go up in there and have that conversation. I wasn't ready. I will never be ready. Oh, I was afraid. All I can explain to you is I had hundreds, if not thousands, of believers praying for me, praying and begging the Almighty on my behalf to use me in some way, shape, or form. Still don't figure out why he's chosen to use me for anything. But I want to go ahead and tell you, whatever was said on there, if anything good was said by me, it wasn't because I had some plan.
Now, I've never been on anything as big as Rogan, but I've been in hostile environments. I'm not saying Rogan's a hostile environment, but I've been in environments, whatever podcast, No Jumper.
That could be intimidating to share the faith on.
Yeah, that could be intimidating to share the faith on. And what he is saying is 100% accurate in that, like, there's no degree of preparation. There's no degree of, you know, any, like, you go into a situation like that, like a high pressure situation with someone that could or couldn't be combative to you. And you are just praying to God that he would give you the words, he'd give you the temperament, he'd give you not just the words, but like the way you say the words to help you navigate those said conversations.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah.
So I think he's spot on in that. Yeah, man, like these situations, like people are like, oh man, like you're so this when you were on whatever, you're so this. And it's like, bro, I'm just praying to the Lord. My conversation with Destiny on No Jumper.
Yeah.
Everyone was smoking.
Yeah.
I'm talking the editor, the daggone video switcher person, the audio person, the camera. Everyone's tweaked out, smoking weed. Destiny is smoking. Everyone, and I'm just praying to the Lord. I cannot catch a contact high right now because this would be terrible. And by the grace of God, like I was sober. And then when I talked to Destiny, I think he was high because he did not. That conversation, I don't think that conversation went well for him.
That's a straight Old Testament miracle.
Yeah, that was one of those, like, the Lord preserved me. And those are those types of moments where, like, yeah, there's no explanation for that. There's no formula for that. You just pray that God would use you in those situations. And so I think it's I think he's spot on with how people think these things happen and how they really happen are not the same.
Yeah, I think there's like one more soundbite here.
Okay.
And then.
It wasn't because I had it all figured out. There was something else there. And a lot of you guys know what that something else was.
Yeah. What can you say on the idea of like Christians feeling afraid entering spaces and maybe if there's a verse of encouragement?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think we're all going to be in spaces where we're the oddball out, whether that's at a family dinner, a holiday, a job, a work environment, or on a massive platform. We're all going to be in these spaces. I think it's in those times where we ask God to give us the words, the way Scripture says, and you then get to just surrender and evangelize, right? Just surrender, evangelize. There's a great verse right here in 2 Timothy 1:7. For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. So do not be ashamed of the testimony about our Lord or of me as prisoner. Rather, join me with me in suffering for the gospel by the power of God. Now, I think it's interesting that Paul's saying, join me in suffering for the gospel. There's a degree of suffering that could happen when you're in these spaces, and you got to be bold and you got to share your faith and stand 10 toes down. But I think the Lord is faithful, and I think that the fact that so many people can testify to walking this out, I think is a bit of a confirmation, a miracle, if you will, of who God is and how he moves. And that's exactly the brand new collection called The Miracles We All Believe. If you didn't know, we all believe in miracles, even atheists, even skeptics, even those people that don't like you or your God, that we all believe in 4 miracles. Okay. We believe that everything came from a creator. They believe that everything came from nothing.
Yeah.
We believe that order is from order. They believe order from chaos. We believe that life comes from life. They believe that life comes from non-life. That's a miracle. And we believe that consciousness comes from a mind. They believe consciousness comes from mindless matter. All of us believe in miracles, friends. And when we remember that God is ultimately in control, when we remember that God can ultimately speak through us and to us, that is also a miracle. So Miracles We Believe collection, go pick it up. Let's God Shop, limited time only, and check out some of the pieces. Actually, one of the pieces I'm wearing that goes over all those miracles with some dope little symbols. Got something like right there. What is it? This way. Boom, 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 boom. So
appreciate you guys. It's gonna be a super cool collection. It's kind of a summer collection. Some lighter pieces as you can see on Ruslan, and I meant to grab a piece, but and then we have some blue infused, some great artwork.
This is the hoodie piece.
Yeah. And then we have some of the cream colored pieces with the blue as well. It's nuts. Yeah, we got some great. It's called the Miracles We All Believe collection.